Hi guys. Okay, so yeah, we're having another video, another backtest now. So let's look at this pair. Yeah, this is step index 200, and this was last week performance of the pair. So originally we have markets going on a bearish downtrend, on a downtrend rather. So we had a highs, low, and all of that. So we had this sensitive area here, this zone, it's a sensitive area, right? That was where market had to start reversing from to come back to this point. But at first, we had markets plunging down all the way down from here like this. So, but then we had this trade break even on this point. It broke this high, right? It broke this high here and started uptrend. So by the time it got here, that was when it started coming back down. So at this point, even me would have been looking at taking this trade as a buy, as a counter trend trade, because then, well, I wouldn't take it as a buy because this high didn't cause a new high, right? So this was the high that caused a new high. So when market took off this high here, I knew that this market was going to sell, but it has to come back up to look for maybe this other block here, yeah, which is actually at that area of the other block. If you look at it very well, if I put this together, yeah. So market is currently at the area of that or this other block. So it has taken out this low here. But then if you look at it the other way, this market has also taken out this high, instigating these 2 points as liquidity areas. Yeah. Let me make it high. So it has instigated these 2 points as liquidity areas. Yeah. So at this point, this whole move here came down to tapping on this other block at this point. Okay, so we're still on both sides. We're looking at buying the market all the way to here, or taking it as a counter trend trade based on this trend, which is a sell, right? So regardless of any which way you look at it, this market is supposed to push upward to this level or maybe above. But for now, if I was entering this market, I would take it to this other block here, and that is going to be my criteria for exit. All right. So now we had this other block. Let's break it down. What we're seeing on that particular Monday here. So on the Monday, we had this market just trend here, trend downwards to this point. So the only criteria that could make us enter this market on a 4-hour time frame is, let's see if there's another block here. There's another block. Wait, I think it was just tapped like once or twice. Yeah, twice. 4 hours has its own other block, obviously, which is here, this red candle before the bullish move. So this is 4 hours other block. So, but the tap wasn't like that pronounced. It didn't like tap it that pronounced. It was just like two tap, first tap, second tap, and close. So one of the things that we also look at as our confirmation is that if we have a strong reversal candlestick pattern, a strong one, like it closed, like this is an engulfing, it closed above the week of this, right? So this would have been the entry, the smart entry to take that trade. But then this is where the week started. This was Sunday. Again, this was where the week started from. So the only thing that would have made me already the markets have started pushing up, right? So the only thing that would have made me buy this market is this engulfing again. This would have been the engulfing that actually closed above this point. So, but then you're not sure because after this market breaks now, there could be something like this coming back to maybe this fair value gap area, to tap in on that area and push above again, right? But like I said, most of the time market don't give you a deep retracement or mid-range retracement. It may give you a shallow retracement. This was an example of a shallow retracement. But for me, this was where I would have taken this trade once I see this engulfing below this point that took off that point. So my stop would be, what's going on? My stop would be, yeah, my stop will be below the engulfing structure, and TP, like I said, will just be at the tip of the, what do you call it? It will just be at the tip of the order block on the daily time frame. So this would have actually been how my trade would have looked like if I was to take this trade as a buy. If I was to look at this trade, this would have been how. So this is an example of a shallow retracement. I have seen a candlestick pattern, reversal pattern that cleared off that high. You get that's last high, the last high here. So I think this should be one of the things I would learn, that whenever I see something like this, a candlestick pattern clearing off, I should just enter. Market may not necessarily come down to take it out. So I think it should be a thing, because then when we see markets all the time, when we see markets break structure, like for example, this was a break of structure here, right? Yeah. So we'll see market break the structure. We don't necessarily see a candlestick pattern, a reversal pattern that breaks that structure. Do you get? It's not always a reversal pattern it's just one candle breaks off that structure. You get, and continuation. Do you understand? So let's look for another option. This is another break of structure here. It's just one candle that broke it. You get? So this is why it's always good to do back tests. Because when you do back tests like this, you learn these things. You see these things happen. So I'm going to write this down on my journal as one thing to look out for, probably in the coming week or my coming days of trading. Yeah, I'm going to write it down in my journal. I think I should also write it. Well, I'll take my time and do that as well. Just give me a minute. Okay, so yeah, I've done that. I've written it down on my journal, so I get to look out for it on next trades to come. Okay, so but from this point now, market may decide to respect this order block here on a daily time frame. I'm not sure. So, but I'll come down later to do an analysis to see if this is a viable trade to take for the week coming. All right. If I don't do it today, then it has to be tomorrow because I have like 2 or 3 other backtest videos to make. Okay. So, all right, guys, this is we're done with this step index 200. So I'll see you guys in the next video. Please subscribe, follow, share this video, drop a like, and also drop a comment. See you guys on the next video.